The Bet by Kimberly Villanueva. In love, you play with all of your heart or nothing at all. Chapter 7, Sophia's POV. My eyes flutter open, and I suddenly remember that I'm in Andre's house. It's already 8 in the morning according to my alarm clock, but I'm still exhausted. Perhaps from crying myself to sleep. I grab my headphones, turn the music all the way up. I hum as I grab my toothbrush on my way to the bathroom, feeling a tad normal. I see myself on the mirror. My peach nightgown looks almost the same color of my skin under the morning sun. My eyes are puffy and my nose red. I turn off the music to brush my teeth, and it's only then that I hear that the shower is on. My head turns to the sound and my heart drops to my feet. Oh my, I mutter as I step back. There's someone in the shower. The shower curtain moves. To my horror, Drake's head comes into view. My breath catches in my throat. Drake looks at me and the color drains from his face. I drop my toothbrush and run to the room. Suddenly, the door bursts open, revealing Drake dressed in just a towel. A towel. He looks at me, his gaze lingering just below my neck. My hand flies up to my chest. What are you doing here? I choke out. I focus on his face, but I can't help notice that his hair looks nice when wet. I will myself to look anywhere, just not at him. Why'd you go in while I was taking a shower? He demands. I didn't know you were inside, I explain. Why didn't you lock the door while you're taking a shower? How can he stand in front of me with just a towel wrapped around his waist? Because I didn't know someone would come in. Then he looked like he realized something. You want to see me naked? What? You were stupid enough to shower without locking the door. He suddenly looks nervous and embarrassed. You didn't see anything, right? That surprises me so much that my anger. I didn't see anything. Why didn't you just hear the water coming from the shower then? Because I had my headphones on, I explained. When I turned the music off, that's when I heard you. He considers it for a moment and finally nods. But why are you still in my room? What are you waiting for? I ask. So, you still sleep with a stuffed animal, huh? He nods to the direction of Shreya. She's cute. Thanks, I say, surprised that he didn't take the opportunity to make fun of me. What's her name? Shreya. He gets Shreya from my bed, and I almost yell at him to put it back, but the expression on his face stops me. Shreya, he says thoughtfully, almost to himself. He looks at Shreya wistfully, like he was sad. For a moment, he actually looks vulnerable, like a little boy. You look so innocent, he says, observing me. Peach looks good on you, he says, his voice fading as he walks out of the room. Drake's POV. Sophia sits across from me, but doesn't look me in the eyes. She's probably thinking of what happened in the bathroom. Auntie and Sophia talk about stuff that I don't really care about. Dresses, shoes, bags. Auntie looks genuinely happy as she speaks, like she's glad there's another female in the house. Sophia is the opposite though. She's not that type of girl. But she is giving a good show, paying full attention to whatever Auntie is saying. Oh, will you look at the time? Auntie suddenly looks at her wristwatch. I'm late. I hope you don't mind washing the dishes. Yeah, we got it, I reassure her. She says goodbye and walks out of the room in a hurry. Sophia glances around and asks, They don't have a maid? I shake my head. I meant, is Aunt V the only one who does the cleaning? Aunt V? I tease her. Cute nickname. Shut up, he mutters. I'll wash the dishes, you dry. I give her a salute in agreement. We balance the dirty dishes in one trip. I place them beside the sink and Sophia begins to wash them. Can I ask you something? I ask hesitantly when she gives me a plate to dry. Sure, she says. And then when I don't continue, she stares at me. Did you expect me to say no? Yeah. Well, just because I said you can ask me doesn't mean I'm going to answer it. She gives out a sudden laugh. Her laughter is different from any other. It actually sounds nice. Wait, I shake my head furiously. Well, what is your question? I was wondering why you have to stay here. I finish lamely. She continues to clean the dishes. I was not expecting an answer, but she speaks out and says, a family problem. She sits on a clean part of the kitchen counter after we have put all the dishes away. My parents started fighting a lot when I was 13, after my brother died. It was an accident, she continues, but they blamed each other. My father was driving, but it was the other driver who hit my dad's car. The other driver died. My brother, Matt, suffered extensive internal injuries and died before they could get help. Dad was in a coma for weeks. Her voice breaks. Tears slowly swell up in the corners of her eyes. I was in shock and was almost catatonic during Matt's funeral. After a few weeks, my father recovered and woke up. He was hysterical when he learned about Matt. Sophia chokes off, crying. I stand there like an idiot, not knowing what to do. I move closer to her and pat her back hesitantly. What happened to her is utterly devastating. I wouldn't know what to do if it happened to me. Juliana and I aren't close, but I can't imagine my life without her. An overwhelming wave of guilt washes over me. Will she cry this way too when she finds out about the bet? Sorry, I shouldn't have told you. It's too depressing, she says shyly. I feel the urge to wipe her tears, but I'm not sure if she'll let me. It's okay. My fault. I shouldn't have asked. She forces a laugh. Well, I answered it. That's why I never liked hospitals. I don't like blank white walls and the smell. I used to hate hospitals too, I confess. I was 8 years old and I sprained my ankle climbing a tree. My parents brought me to the hospital where they told me that I couldn't play for a week. To my surprise, she laughs at my story. It's a weird kind of a laugh because she's half crying. She wipes off her tears and hops off the counter. Thank you for listening, she says. Tell you what, I know just exactly what will cheer you up, I say. I promise to keep you entertained to help you forget all your troubles. Her eyebrows shoot up, disbelieving. Then they slowly go down, telling me she's giving in. Okay. Are you guys curious for the next chapter? If yes, tune in every Friday at 9 in the evening. Thank you for listening.